你好，
你好，Kathy，
很好。
很好，我也很好。Today we are doing kind of the same thing as our class routine characters and the painting characters first. Actually, very first, I'm going to kind of a review and kind of explain more about the characters we learned the last time, about the easy to make mistake, to the character of the to have, from the verse, actually the idiom, from heart to hand, Michael's suggestion, and there is the word for have, to have. The one stroke on the top, right? There's one stroke on the top, something like that, right? And a slant, only slant, the stroke in calligraphy is only to the left, and then kind of the box thing, the rectangular thing underneath, right, like the moon or eye, something like the rectangular things. Okay, so put the rectangular things kind of in the center to balance this kind of things, right? Okay, so I'm trying to explain, how to say sometimes, it's too towards left, it's too towards to right. How you judge the balance or not balanced for the characters, right? That's also useful for future your judgment for any characters. Okay, so put this about underneath that, but centered. Yeah, that's about the balance point. And since there is the slant on the left, right? So this box thing, this frame thing underneath, can be a little bit towards right. Yeah, look at the walking style. It change a little bit of the stroke order for those two things, right? It become kind of like that, then back, right? And then do kind of the box of that. See, put them together and see, something on the left, and should be something a little bit lean to the right hand side. So a little bit right, but normally no further than this goes. There is no reason to go that far. Yeah, I'm just tell you that's the basic. How do I look? Is balanced or not? That's just a common sense, right? Common sense to judge it. Yeah, you can do that. You do not have to be the native speaker of Chinese to write it. So basically centered, right? And a little bit to right hand side, but not too much, like beyond this edge of the top right things. That's the basic thing, because a little bit of right hand side, but something here something left hand side, so you can do a little bit that. Yeah, that's the things. And what else? I think actually this is very hard, the characters. You know, you want it's not very stiff things in the center, but you know, you want it to look, you know, very balanced. And what's the balance? What's the point? What's the standard? I'm explain more here. That's why. What's the heart we learned already. The heart is also hard to get balanced, but I think we learned before, and we are reviewing now. It's getting much better, and I think you all got it. The heart, and what's the okay. This one is very let's do today's continue to do the tiger and the rose phrase, and also 2 words on the hand to heart to hand, the idiom, but I will write the 4 characters of heart to hand next class, because we need some time for practicing, not just in class, a couple of times, right? To do the 4 characters, and 2 of them we are going to learn today. And so next class, we do rose study, and also characters in that, and in this 4 characters idiom as well. Okay, continue do our new characters today. For this Meng, for tiger, right? There is 2. The meaning is fierce, but English for me is foreign language. I'm not very sensitive for the the subtle meaning or difference of the fierce. So there is another meaning for by how do I sound it? Oops. How do I vigorous or vigorous vigorous thank you
lots of vigor, lots of energy.
Yeah, vigorous. So I want to say there is the good meaning. If fierce is not very positive, or not the good word, the vigorous is here. If people want to say what's the correct characteristic for positive things, say tiger. So the vigorous for tiger, and for this word, because sometimes we say sometimes we say the little boy, little boy, very, very healthy, very lots of energetic, and so this boy, very vigorous, also say that. Okay, so I just want to say, I don't know if you say fierce, is that not good? Normally it's fierce, right? But I know it's animal. I bet it's fierce tiger. But for sometimes in the zodiac animal, and for the how to say, kind of mythical things, we like to use some good word for that, and this is this word can be very good, not just for very fierce beasts, you know, for tiger, vigorous here. Okay, standard first. This, how many parts? Basically, we can genetic, very good. See, 2 parts. Good. So simply, you know, probably can divide it more than that. But simply, yes. First, we need to realize two, left and right. And the left a little bit narrower, smaller, right? Can be the radical. Good. How do we write this radical? Okay, slant first. Press and lift. Slant first. And actually is the next stroke is one stroke basically for it's kind of the vertical. But before it's not totally curved, a little bit more vertical. But at first, kind of like the dot, but one stroke to start curved like that, start here, and then become kind of vertical, and then a little bit hook, stretch out like that, and then a slant. Okay. Anybody knows that? Probably not. I know you learned the language, some of you, for Chinese characters. Anybody by chance know what's the radical? Never know. Okay, this for actually animal radical. Animal include pets. Actually, in Chinese, we call it dog radical. But change the, we know people's radical, you know, this is person, right? And become radical, bring it like the vertical, become that, right? Radical, like 你好, 你, the radical like that, right? And this is, you know, the like a dog's head or something, like the body and the tail, you know, something like that first, and then bring it vertical from the image. So dog, in Chinese we call it dog radical, but actually include any kind of beads. For wolf, same radical. Wolf, same radical. And here, say, you know, the meaning is fierce or vigorous, also for this. Also, we call the fish, a fish impound, very you know, big koi fish, very vivid, we jump a lot, very high, you know, and we kind of say, ooh, good fish, you know, very you know, very vigorous. Use same word. Also can say fish, not just animal. Okay, this part and the right hand part a little bit wider. Why can be a little bit like two parts can be. Upper part is the, we learned sun, and also the word, you know, the Taoist Lao Zi. This is Zi. Not too long because we have the lower part, right? I think mine got a little bit over. The box things normally do a little bit upper part wider, like a shoulders, beautiful, a little bit wider, and then tape down a little bit, by do those two vertical different direction. But you need to, for the whole thing, the shape in your mind, right? Okay, that's for vigorous.
Victoria, isn't there a dot on the left-hand side of animal? Go back to the handout.
Your question, say again.
Go back to the first handout, because isn't there a dot on the left-hand side of animal?
I didn't explain. Yeah, good, Kathy. I was thinking about, I need to explain that, and I forgot. Okay, that's from the real copybook, or some things from other characters underneath, or probably they got from the stone and some destroyed place, not a stroke, and not definitely 100% sure, not any stroke from this character. Yeah, I thank you for asking. Yeah, I need to, I need to, I should have to explain earlier. And the walking style. Walking style kind of change the order, and sometimes you can think change a little bit the whole thing. Like, okay, so this one from the slant, same thing, and directly go for the vertical, but need to kind of circle, because this strokes from here, right, down, and back to do this not separated, but kind of we do like the wood radical, do the press and the lift, do things like that. And the right hand side kind of got easier. The bottom one seems not changed anything, but kind of together, closer for the two center verticals, right? The bottom, the top part, just this one stroke and one stroke, very clear, and become together, like the number 3, and like that, and back to do the bottom things. That's what it is. Okay, and then go the walking style. Okay, one thing, because our, the basic character learning class almost end. This is the last section. And I want to, one point I want to bring out to say and to clarify the things, from the standard style, because it's most most for we can recognize from the printing characters, right? Printing style characters. Okay, so from this to the walking style, what's the basic difference? Can you tell me? We have lots of practice. What's the basic difference? Or what do we do? You know, we practice this and then we do that, right? What's the looks different, or when you do that, you feel like what different from this to this?
You don't lift your brush as much.
Good. And what about you, Kathy? You like the walking or the cursive, right? You unmute yourself. I cannot hear you. How come?
A little faster. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I heard. Oh, faster? Oh, okay. Faster. Okay. Both of you. Yes, and still I want to add more things. Okay. Faster, right? And the brush so doesn't really lift off the paper that much. So some connection lines or some things shows, right? But Emily and Kathy doesn't absolute off the paper. I want to say we still need some pressing and lifting. Pressing and lifting. Remember this. Otherwise, we are using hard pen. Yeah, what's different, right? What's different? And faster, but some rhythm on strokes. Some rhythm on strokes. If just faster, that's hard pen. Hard pen, right? You want to show some speed there, but different. So some rhythms there. Since we learned basically where is the stroke and where is just the process from this stroke, the end to the starting of that stroke, even not off the paper, but something different rhythm on that. So even faster for the whole thing writing, but a little bit different, a little bit of rhythm there, where goes a little bit faster and where a little bit pausing, where a little bit not even, right? That's the very important. Otherwise, not the brushwork, it's the hard pen calligraphy. Okay, yeah, I think we need to remind ourselves we are holding brush, and it shows more beauty. I can show you something. For example, the word have, right? Have. Watch, how do I write it? What's it called? Rhythm with some pressing and lift by the judge of where is the stroke, right? So not even speed. Something like that. Or, of course, you can do this longer. What I do? Okay, if I do totally same speed, no pressing, no lifting. I treat it as a hard pen. What it will show. Well, still some, I do some, but I hope you understand what I'm talking about, the point. Yeah. Because very easy, like for Emily, your standard style is very, very good, because for years, you're practicing for years and learned and become walking style. For first, I noticed it doesn't feel very natural for the chi, for the whole fluency put together, right? A little bit awkward, something, and then become better and better and better for the wholeness, feel comfortable, and it just shows that dynamic things very well now. But next step, we need to remind one biggest difference from the hard pen is not just become faster writing. It's still some rhythms there, pressing and lifting, add to some things. That will shows more dynamic and more beauties on the brush calligraphy. Okay, let's go on. This is just, we can decomposition, do some things. The animal radical doesn't really change that much, but the right hand side, the sun, this part become, this is that, right? That didn't change that much. But for this part, after the sun, right, become really quick, like to do some things, box, and then back to the center a little bit, things centered. That's it. And then bottom things a little bit separated, for the whole balance. You need something on the bottom, right? A little bit separated. Okay, so that's how it is in the cursive style. So put them together. This is the same, and this is to that, and then my one is more close to walking style, and the sample one is more, artist, personal style. Something like that. More clear to this. There's a little bit separated. Yeah, try to first, so you need to get very familiar, very familiar with the whole fluency, and then you still need some pause to make the things, more rhythm, where you go a little bit fast and pause a little bit and then continue to go. You know, the cursive style, sometimes it's not just very fast, it is slow. Remember, I said, I used the word, it is slow sometimes. Or say, in some progress is slow. Then you do even better. See, I know this is the circle here, and see how slow I go. And I go very slow, right? And then I know what's the next step I'm going to go. You know, some things I can go very slow, and some place very quick, very decisive, because I know, I mean, before that, I thought about that in my mind already. But when you really do that, you go, you know, very quick and pause and very quick, you know, then become very, there's rhythm, not just the hard pen do.
Victoria, would you write
quick.
that one more time, that particular demonstration,
Okay.
please?
Okay, just next to it. You know, something like that. I can do, I think too thin. I need to press more.
Yeah, that looks good.
Good judgment. Okay, you understand the meaning for that. Yeah. Kathy, I think you got looks on your face. Yeah. Okay. That's the for, I mean, for anything. This is just happened to, I mean, I thought this point I need to bring to the point to say, because first with, you know, we just practice on the how fluency we need to get right, and then still we need rhythm. Yeah, like, you know, people, I think Emily and Kathy, when you do the tai chi movement or any like exercise or some you know, movement, not the faster the better, right? You understand? Some focal point and some, you know, just the process. Yeah. Okay. And more paper for that. The next characters. But this is especially very, I mean, very important for calligraphy writing, for the walking style. Yeah, what's the beauty, cursive style, and especially for like characters by itself become like image, like one character or a few characters. This is tiger. We just review, right? Because we are going to write that again.
Victoria, aren't we going to do the clerical style for vigorous?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Clerical style, that's easy. Because I saw your homework. Every people seems never got, you know, something I think you understand that, but sometimes need to some muscle memory of how to do the strokes more neat. Goose tail flying stroke. Press, 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 and slowly, slowly lift. Do not sweeping. No sweeping. Do not sweep. Yeah. Okay. That's the vigorous with the animal radical. Any animal radical. I mean for any animal, even we call it dog radical. Okay, tiger. I'll do this faster. Like this is the head part. Slant. So for how do we know this is balanced or not? Yeah, look at the sample in general, like top this part and the center this part and the bottom, the box like this part needed to be a little bit, like a straight up a little bit, right? And the bottom things, how to do looking stable things. Oh, here got the slant to this side, left hand side, and here the hook a little bit wider, a little bit, but not too far. Then this, then become stable, right? Left a little bit this side, a little bit right hand side for this. That's no problem, right? Okay, and then this is actually from the other kind of the writing, even for the walking style. The head part a little bit different. This short and this, and then slant. This quick, not very, gradually lifting, quick, but slant, and then vertical connect with two horizontal, and thus. And this is the cursive style. I really like that kind of the one stroke, totally never lift paper. Lift off paper, but certainly watch it. There is pressing, lifting, very varied, right? There is rhythm there. Otherwise, too even. Doesn't show that much beautiful. Okay, when you decide to go very quick, head and kind of the press, right? And then back to do like the number 3, and back to circle to the center, and then doesn't have to be really I mean, how thick, but need to be very not weak, but powerful. And I said the circle part, look at, still follow kind of the stroke, where is the stroke, right? So not absolute like the rainbow smooth rounded. Lots of things to do this by single characters to do the one character image for the tiger. And every time you can do a little bit different. Clerical style. Carving mood. This style almost, you know, same power for that. Interesting. This side and this side is smaller. Feel like I'm carving. Okay, this is actually kind of hard to write, but lots of strokes. And the bottom, can we tell what's the characters for that? Is that the character familiar with? We learned. Heart. Can you tell? Yes, heart. Okay, literally the 4 characters is like to get in hand, to get in heart, or I got some idea, or I understood first by my heart, or some idea or some things, you know, from my heart, and then literally this is the answer or respond. My hand followed. Literally, it's like that. So and put them together, the meaning of the best translation is you know, from heart to hand. Literally is got from my heart and my hand respond. My hand just answered. My hand just followed. Okay, so the standard style. A little bit. Dot, horizontal, slant, people's radical. Not too long, we have something underneath. And again, people's radical. And right hand side dot, 4 horizontal, right 3 first, 1, 2, 3, and vertical, and then bottom seal it. And then the bottom with the heart. So you respond anything, you answer anything, still using your heart. The bottom things is always heart. Okay, so if people ask you to do something, or you know, let's see, is that okay? You are your answer. You in. It's really okay? From your heart? So this is talking about your heart command and your hand followed. Okay. Become the walking style easier for the simplify on the two people's hand. I mean people's radical like. And the order of this part become no dot individually, but do the horizontal first and back to indicate the dot there and directly go down. 1, 2, 3. The order become like that. I didn't do the stroke individually for the dot, but back to the center, directly to make the vertical. And the hard part, just, more connected for those two dots. Okay, and those become just two vertical indicated something there. That's it. This case. Okay, so and this from here connected, but a little bit back. Otherwise, too space here, too much space there. So like that, and then like that, and back to do like that, and that's 1, 2, 3. Connect with heart. My heart, this part a little bit ugly. Lift some and then very long. It's okay. And word in the cursive style, even more simple on this part, become kind of the something vertical first, and then like the knot center, and the hard part is just kind of the wave or kind of the with some starting part and the ending part of the horizontal. Okay, so dot, very clear, and this, and the 2 of that, and back to knot, and then clerical style, just not hard, because like the printing one, but on the hard surface carving mood. What about I write here? You will recognize it, I believe. And the whole thing a little bit, flat. And some strokes kind of the not overlapping but together. Dot is not raindrop, but more on the triangle shape things. Okay. Hand. Slant. 2 horizontal, the bottom one longer. and horizontal, I mean vertical, connect with the hook. Walking looks like careless, go faster, but you know, rhythm and the seams place emphasis on the real radical one. Okay, same thing. This one not hard, but change the order. Not leave the paper off, not off paper, and continue after the slant to the vertical, and not back to the vertical, like not on that indicated those two. So change the order totally. Yeah, something like that. And this a little bit, you know, carving mood, doesn't have to be shorter, even longer, the first one. You know, sometimes we said flat, right? Sometimes the last characters, you know, depend on the article. So those not short, not flat at all, but still shows a lot like carving mood, right? Okay, and we need to move on, and I will do the whole idiom for the 4 characters next class for the heart to hand. You can prepare the paper we do together in the class, and we do some let's see, time to do on the tiger. I sent email you get yesterday. I said that the paper, because some white we want to do the hair part or the whisk part of the tiger, but if you can use the colored paper, or you colored some and waited dry for the like the green, you know, tiger always in the, you know, green place is common for the like a background things. We do need really to draw some things, and you I give you a few pictures. So thinking about the characters we are going to write on, the subject matter is the tiger sleeves roses, right? Where you want to which tiger you want to use this time, and where you want to, to put your tiger. So you just put some things, you can see the white there, right? And you wash some green color, or you think there's a flower, you put the pink color, fine. Center, or on one side for tiger, or save some place for roses. You know, you decide. You decide. Even vertical or horizontal, you decide. I don't mind. So I'm just continue to do the tiger we did like last time. Actually, the Yu Guangzhong, the poet, he use the rose, the kind of rose. It's kind of the it's the rose in my name, and this rose is the kind of the the rose climb, like the vine roses a little bit, and matched with, I think it's matched of the tiger, with lots of green leaves and a small flower, pinky flower, but lots of like a vine, like the wisteria, like a vine, for this kind of rose, like a tree, like a bush, kind of a wild, for the roses. So, if you want to do some kind of abstract, you do the single, like the big rose, you know, up to you. And the next class, when we do rose study, we will do general rose study, right? There is, you know, thousands of variety of roses. We do very basic things, but this picture, I will do the little one with the vine one, something. So I think some space on the right, put this tiger a little bit, turn left, but I still use this image. But up to you. You can use the picture I give you for different things. You know, up to you. I still want to do the. You can do just the head or side view. Actually, I found the side view a little bit hard to do. Some one eye, or like you do the people's portrait, right? Do the front one a little bit easier, and the side view a little bit harder. But you can trace it. Same way, do the very rough tracing, right? Trace the line, and so this step is just for mainly is for space saving. So include the stripes and also the silhouette, and later you do things on that, right? You do very rough, because later you can take the underneath part. You can take this out and look at the real things or the picture more clear, right? Without the painting paper cover. And you do 写意, you do some brush work on that. So this part just for the saving place, roughly, very rough. And even the stripe with some volume, but I will suggest do the single line. We said like the king on the forehead, right? And then some brackets, big and small, flat and vertical on her forehead, on his forehead and face, you know. Okay, I saved the space here. And later, I think I will do some. See, cannot really see it. And brushwork will cover it. And I will do some, you know, rose, some pink rose, some green leaves here, and or some, I think even, you know, around the tiger, some things on that, and the color. We do a little bit, just to start. You can look at the real picture. Look at the tiger's face. So I do some brown, but save the white place later do. My paper is not absolute white, but I need to save the I just use color. Everything here. Need to save some space, not without brown, without yellow, and add the around the eye and around the mouth. There is really white for tiger, so we need to put white at very last. But you want to save it from the brown, yellow, right? The nose and the forehead is brown, right? It's white, yellowish, brownish things. Yeah, do the black stripe later. I put some brown first. And on her cheeks, it's kind of on his cheeks kind of the brown, right? Look at the real picture, yeah, you will understand the things. And also this part, I think some, you know, 斜翼 is not very, but absolute to save the place around eye and around the mouth. And some should be on her back, on his back is more darker color, yellow or brown, and belly become lighter and lighter, kind of white on the belly. You can look at the other pictures, and also for the arm, this part more brown and this part kind of the white. You smile. They all make joke at this. The Chinese people always say some things and using their own body part when they do not know how to use the word. When they go to supermarket, I say, lots of people say, I want, they don't know how to say wing. They say, we want the chicken wing. Anyway, the part more brown is, you know, for the outer part, and this part more lighter, even white. And the stripes, of course, the black one we did last time. Yeah, you can do after class or next class. We do just where to put brown and save some place, and also ear. We, you know, some brown there, but not absolute solid. Where we want some lighter brown, and where we add some. We can add some black, and where we want to exactly save the place for white. That's how much we did basic studies to start. Okay, the time is flying, and the next time we continue to do, or after class, you can, if you want, you cannot stop. You can start to do say the color part for the tiger, and you know, same things as we do last week. And you can do some stripe by the hair strokes, like the small brush, do the very dark black or some things to do the black stripe. And also you can do the brown. Also for you know, hair stroke work on the brown. But you know, sometimes you will find you need to dry it. You know, to get dry, and otherwise you cannot see. Yeah. So I just let you know the white, in the black and the brown. You also you can do the strokes for hair looking stroke. You know, to make the area or make the stripe things, and then you can absolutely you can do the eye, and there you save the line. There is a white like the eyeliner underneath is white. White. We add that. You can very last. Okay, try to save. See, not dry. Try to save the a little bit for white. Even though later we can do the opaque white just on it. But however, okay, we just started, and next time we continue to do characters and do the tiger continue. You can do after class, and also we need to do study of the roses for, you know, the whole picture. Okay. Yeah, any questions, let me know. And Kathy, your questions, because I said last time I cannot arrange to the class for our limit time.
I know.
Yeah, say next class or the last class, if I got if after class, if you have time, you can stay here. I can you know, a few time to show you some things you need for the characters. Okay, for the style. Or you have no time. Yeah, or you have no questions. I think Henry give you some general samples of that. But if you want me to demo it, I can do after class. You stay here. I can do for you.
Yeah, I knew it was a time crunch. So thank you, though.
Okay, I just let you know. Okay. Yeah, it's time to say goodbye for this class, and see you next class. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Recording stopped.
你好啊。
嗯。
那个一个斯坦，韩国人要买30支毛笔，我们有不？那个叫什么
combination。他是老师啊。
你先弄干净吧，我只有15分钟，是不是不到了？ OK， 我的白颜色。这两支笔是你的啊？都是我的哦，最后。他不让我卖东西，看样子，我给他们一个 code， 他没有给我发，所以我就不提了，只能是口头讲一下这个事情。OK， 我把这个图变成一个鸟算了，我还琢磨头的鸟。